At some point in life, you start to realize that money isn't just numbers in a bank account. It's the peace of mind you feel every morning when you wake up, the freedom to choose your work, your time, and the way you want to live. But to feel that sense of security, hard work alone isn't enough. Money doesn't organize itself, and life doesn't balance on its own. Every day, hundreds of small decisions, what to eat, where to go, what to buy, how much to spend, are quietly shaping your financial future. We often think money management is something big and complicated. Spreadsheets, formulas, and endless numbers. But in reality, it starts with small, very human things: attention, habits, and a bit of discipline. When you know exactly where every dollar goes, you don't just take control of your finances, you take control of your life. This video isn't about cutting out joy or living frugally. It's about living with intention, knowing what truly matters, and letting your money serve that purpose. Because in the end, the goal of budgeting isn't to save as much as possible, but to create freedom, the freedom to spend, work, and live in a way that makes you feel grounded and at ease. Today, we'll start from that foundation. With these 9 tips, you'll learn how to build your first budget and little by little, turn money into a tool that helps you live the life you truly want. Tip 1. Define your financial goals. Let's be honest, budgeting doesn't sound exciting. It feels like rules and restrictions. But in reality, a budget isn't about limitation. It's a tool to get you where you want to go. Before tracking expenses, ask yourself, what am I doing this for? Maybe it's paying off debt, building an emergency fund, or saving for something meaningful, a trip, a new skill, a more secure future. Write your goals down clearly. Financial freedom is vague, but $10,000 invested by the end of 2025 gives direction. Once you know your destination, every small cutback stops feeling like a sacrifice. It becomes a conscious choice toward your bigger goal. Tip 2. Track every expense. This step might feel tedious, but it's the one that changes everything. For 30 days, write down every single expense, no matter how small: rent, coffee, snacks, tips, all of it. You're not judging yourself, you're collecting data. You can't fix what you don't understand. Use any tool you like, an app, a spreadsheet, or a notebook. Just be consistent and honest. After a month, review your spending. You'll likely find leaks, meals out, unused subscriptions, small habits that add up. It might be uncomfortable, but that awareness is power. Only when you see where your money goes can you truly take control. Tip 3. Categorize your spending. When you've gathered your raw data from tracking your expenses, you can organize it into meaningful categories. One of the simplest and most effective frameworks is the 50-30-20 rule. Here's how it works. 50% for needs. These are the essentials you can't live without: your rent or mortgage, utility bills, transportation costs, groceries, and basic living expenses. They form the foundation of your life. 30% for wants. These are the things that make life enjoyable, but aren't strictly necessary. Eating out, watching movies, traveling, shopping for new clothes, or entertainment subscriptions like Netflix or Spotify. 20% for savings and debt repayment. This is the portion that builds your future. It includes paying off high-interest debts beyond the minimum payment, contributing to an emergency fund, or investing. Of course, this ratio isn't set in stone. If your income is still modest or your cost of living is high, you can adjust it, maybe 60-20-20, or another mix that fits your situation better. The point isn't perfection, it's structure. A clear framework turns money management from chaos into a system. It helps you see exactly where your money goes and, more importantly, what purpose it serves. Tip 4. Separate your money. One of the simplest yet most powerful money habits is to separate your funds. When all your money sits in one account, your brain assumes it's all available to spend. Open a separate savings account, ideally at a different bank, and set up an automatic transfer, say 20%, every time you get paid. Then, forget that money exists. Out of sight, out of mind. If you use cash, try the envelope method. Divide your money into categories like food, gas, entertainment. When an envelope is empty, that's it. No more spending there. This small system creates structure and makes you think before spending impulsively, a tiny habit with a huge payoff. Tip 5. Cut unnecessary expenses. Now that you know where your money goes, it's time to make smarter choices. Look at your wants. Which of those expenses bring little real value? Maybe it's the $5 daily coffee, the $100 cable bill, or those impulse flash sale buys. Use the 24-hour rule. Before buying anything non-essential over $50, wait a day. Most of the time, you'll realize you don't need it. The urge passes, logic returns. This isn't about restriction, it's about intentional spending. You're not cutting out joy, you're cutting out the noise. Every dollar you save becomes fuel for what truly matters. Tip 6. Pay off small debts first. Debt isn't just financial, it's mental and emotional too. When you're juggling credit cards, car loans, or student debt, it can feel suffocating. That's why the debt snowball method works so well. List your debts from smallest to largest. Focus on paying off the smallest one first while making minimum payments on the others. Once that first debt is gone, you'll feel a surge of motivation. That small win builds momentum. Then roll the amount you were paying into the next debt and keep going. Like a snowball gaining speed, each victory fuels the next, until being debt-free no longer feels impossible, just a matter of time. Tip 7. Start saving small. So many people fall into the same mental trap. I'll start saving when I make more money. But that's a lie we tell ourselves. The perfect time to start saving never comes. Start today, even if it's just $5 a week. Yes, really, just $5. Set up an automatic transfer so it happens without you even thinking about it. What matters here isn't the amount, it's the habit. Every small, consistent act of saving trains your financial muscle. $5 a week becomes $20 a month, $240 a year. It's not much, but it's a lot more than zero. And once you start seeing that balance grow, you'll naturally want to push further. $10 a week, then $20. You're proving to yourself that you can save. Because financial success isn't built on big leaps, it's built on small, consistent steps that compound over time. Tip 8. Review and adjust monthly. Your budget isn't set in stone. It's a living system that should evolve with you. Life changes, expenses pop up, and priorities shift. So, at the end of each month, spend 30 minutes reviewing your spending. Where did you do well? Where did you go overboard? Does your 50-30-20 plan still fit? Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. Adjust what's needed, learn from the numbers, and keep moving forward. The more you review, the more confident and in control you'll feel with your money. Tip 9. Stay consistent and motivated. There will be times when you slip. You'll overspend 1 month. You'll skip tracking your expenses. Your friends will invite you out, and you'll feel like you're missing out. That's normal. Remember, budgeting isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. Financial management is a skill. And like any skill, it takes time and practice to master. When you fall off track, don't quit. Reflect, reset, and start again tomorrow. Keep your goals in sight, literally. Put a photo of the house you want to buy or the place you want to travel to on your fridge. When you feel like giving up, look at it. Remind yourself why you started. Because today, you're learning how to manage $10, and tomorrow, you'll have the power to manage $10,000. Remember, managing your money isn't about restricting yourself from spending. It's about giving yourself permission to spend on what truly matters. It's about the freedom that comes from knowing you're in control of your future, instead of letting the future control you. Even if you're starting with just a few dollars a week, what matters most is that you've started. You've taken the first step toward taking back control. Because if you can manage $10 today, you'll be able to manage $10,000 tomorrow. If you find this video helpful, Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can keep growing together on this journey. See you in the next video.